Hey, how's it going, guys? This is your boy Hazzed, and today I'm going to be talking about Frost Death Knight Interchangeable Talents. Stuff you can tweak and use in Arena and play different ways to help you, your partners, and everything else, and help you guys get some better ratings. So I'm going to shed some light on this, and well, let's jump into it. Alright guys, so here we got my basic spec. Point blank. Plague Bear, Lichborn, Asphyxiate, RE, because there's some tricks that we can do. Anyways, Conversion, Desecrated Ground, and Necrotic Plague. Now, interchangeable talents. The first one I'm going to address is Plague Leech. Switch that baby over. If you're used to the rotation, used to the healing, you feel like you're at a point to where you need to step it up in a notch in Arena, put out some more pressure, and if you think you can manage your diseases correctly, switch to Plague Leech. Now this is going to be a little bit harder of a rotation because you have a little bit more to manage, but this will make you deal more damage and it will make you heal more once you get it down correctly. Now, at the point that I actually made my how-to video, I will honestly say that I wasn't using Plague Leech, and later on down the road I made a transition to it, because before then I was using Unholy Blight the patch before with Frost, and the runic management on Plague Leech was just terrible. But since Necrotic Plague came into play and it's just one single disease, and you can put it on with the Howling Blast, Icy Chains, even your grip will apply it. So keep that in mind when you're doing this. So anyways, let me explain how to use Plague Leech. So we start out, of course, apply your dots, yada yada, and just start DPSing until you have no runes. Now usually how I use it, I'll sit here and I'll throw out my full rotation until I'm runic starved, like right now, and then I'll pop Plague Leech and give myself, basically, you saw with those procs there and everything else, I basically got in greater than a full rotation, and it continued that little soft spot, you know, that downtime that you'd usually have, it ate right through it. And if you notice, it wasn't even like it took off my disease. It was back on the target. It's still going ham. There was no change. Now the other thing, the ability, since it only has a 25-second cooldown, when you blow cooldowns and you start hitting really hard, and all of a sudden you find yourself starved like this, blow that out. Oh yeah, we let it fall off. Blow it out. Blow that out. Use Plague Leech. Boom, you've got extra runes. It gave you runic power for Frost Strike procs. Those Frost Strike procs can be turned into more obliterates. It's just a circle, guys. A giant circle. And Plague Leech is basically a filler that's going to help you out a lot. Now imagine if you got a heal. It's going to give you 2 runes. You're fighting. Oh, I'm doing somebody. I got to put out pressure. But oh no, I'm getting low. How you can make up for that? Plague Leech, Death Strike, reapply your disease. You always got to make sure to reapply the disease, guys. If you don't, you're going to find yourself runic starved. Now we're addressing, the level 57 talent. Seriously, use Lichborn. Don't even look at the others. Seriously, don't even, dude. Just don't even. Like, 10% leech. Anyone wants to argue with me about it, I'll beat you out in the dual pits later on. We can have a fight. You use anti-magic zone and purgatory. I don't even think purgatory is going to affect the fight, but anyways, guys, number 58. These are definitely interchangeable. Stay away from Death's Advance. Just stay away from it. I know it sounds cool, but the mechanic is painful. Alright, so Chillblains. This is good. If you're playing with a target such as a Pally or a Rogue or something that your stun's going to DR, you can definitely use Chillblains. Now, that also applies with Plague Leech. Since Plague Leech procs runes, it'll give you 2 runes, one for an instant Strangulate. Now that is very important, getting off that key Strangulate at the right time, landing a kill. It really is. It's one of the top things. Some guys trade spamming me. Yeah, this stuff happens nowadays. He's probably trying to inspect me. Now the level 60 talent, I use RE because I know some healing tricks, damage tricks that we've talked about in the recent videos, and a lot of people use Runic Corruption, which I don't know why. No, I do know why. It's okay damage, it's more sustained, it's not as bursty, and you can't get the healing tricks you can with RE. Now 75. Now here's what a lot of people are confused about nowadays. They're either Conversion Hardcore or Death Pact Hardcore. Guys, that's not how it is at all. Death Pact supports Breath of Sindragosa. If you try to use Conversion in Sindragosa, you're going to be more runic starved than you've ever known. You can't rock Conversion without rocking Necrotic Plague, because Necrotic Plague, the runic power gain off of it feeds conversion, which makes it overpowered. Now Death Pact heals you for 50% and absorb. Like it's okay, it's a great heal. The absorption is kind of pain, but if you're rocking that in 3s, is usually where you're going to use that, maybe 2s. And you're using it with Breath of Sindragosa to increase your burst at that split second. The reason why I use the other things, I like my extended burst and I like to fill the gaps and put out more damage. That's just me. Yeah, these are definitely interchangeable, guys. Now let's see. Level 90. On the basis, I use Desecrated Ground. For Gorfine's Grasp, rated Battlegrounds or BGs, it's a really fun talent to put your dots on everything. So if they ever hit you, you're just like, yeah, runic power. Alright, Remorseless Winter. Honestly, I only use Remorseless Winter when I'm trying to kill a healer. If you can time a good Remorseless Winter to force a trinket or something, like, you got the match in the bag. That healer's going down. You just gotta make sure you use it correctly. Now, Desecrated Ground, amazing. Just another trinket, and it makes you immune. So if you use that against a rogue or something, you pop that out of sap. Like, if they're going to open up in your partner hard, your double DPS, pop that out on a sap, stand in it for a second, because he's probably going to try and sap you again, and then just Howling Blast your target to force yourself in combat. And then you're like, ha ha ha! I've still got my trinket for blind. So anyways, the level 100, we talked about that. Sindragosa goes with Death Pact. Those two are like this. Necrotic Plague, Conversion. Those two go like this. Now, alone, Conversion, Necrotic Plague, if you don't want a healer, is definitely a lot stronger. Now, in arenas, if you want to have faster, just focus burst. Now, remember, if you're using this strat, Death Pact and Sindragosa, since Sindragosa is a 2-minute cooldown, once it's over, you're back to weak sauce. So, you got to remember with this talent, you need to be able to time it perfectly if you're going to use it. So that's the interchangeable talents. I hope that helped you guys a lot and cleared up a lot of confusion with you guys, especially about Plague Leech, since you guys slowly saw me switch over there. You know, I started poking at it with a stick a little bit. We found out it was actually very helpful. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and I hope this went up your game.